Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik again, and this is a game, War in the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my play-by-eval match against Xargun. He is an allied commander, and for me it is the Empire of Japan. This is scenario 1 on the game version 26B, and everything is standard stock, no modifications. This is now the 10th January 42, and I catch here one of the Filipino islands. Unloading some supplies. Oh, the Nadi. So my invasion of Nadi is, well, so far going well. I unload here additional troops, my regiment. Very light losses. This is a backup solution only if my Navy Guard units cannot achieve today the victory. I also have a local minesweeper now in Georgetown. I ship around Singapore. I was tired to wait so long. I find here also an AP, bigger AP. But problem is we are next to Brisbane and this is smaller torpedoes, so you don't have so much damage potential and warhead. So very likely this AP is now damaged, but in Brisbane. And in Brisbane is I think also a shipyard, so this ship will not, if it will not sink today, then it's safe in Brisbane, damaged. So Nadi, everything is fine. Supplies. Unloading. Whoa. The sweeping of Georgetown is... I'm on the way more or less. I don't really need Georgetown now, but maybe in the future. This is a light cargo ship, west coast of Australia. Somehow the commander say it's too cheap and too many. Don't want to waste torpedoes. This is my... I detect here with my carriers or cruisers some ships. And this is a blue task force, I think. So they are French ships. There are not really many French ships. Most important, I think, is the modern French destroyer is here. But only one, so even if it's a good one, it's definitely not a big impact. I sweep the Chinese base because I want to make sure that my airstrikes are going in without cap trap. And I have to focus my airstrikes to more or less support my army on the ground. Nothing new, but in this case it's more or less I make a fighting retreat. So I try to get out of the space because it's simply impossible for me to hold this. So I throw all bombs I have here on this hex and try to mess up the Chinese readiness. I also sweep Quailin, but no one is here. So my airstrikes going in. I don't really create too much damage. I think mainly related to its clear terrain, but the Chinese are for sure more or less in combat mode. So the effect will be limited. This is the airstrike to... I try to slow down these units because I am behind and I try to catch them. Even if my army is not really powerful there, but this was a sweep out of, I guess, Balikpapan. So these are Dutch buffaloes. Long time no see. And I don't know why they are now here, but we miss each other. because I just moved out of the hex to support my invasion and so my escort carriers, yeah. And I only kept my own fleet and nothing else. So I have some carriers at Nadi and yeah, they locate this enemy ship, but they don't strike in the morning, so maybe in the afternoon. And I also see here enemy recon airplane. Very likely out of the Suva. This is other hotspot just now. That is Kota Baru. The British Malayan troops coming out of the jungle and trying maybe to attack me here. And I have only base force here, so I don't really have any fighting force. So I focus my airstrikes on this base. This also is a good opportunity because this is a clear terrain hex, so my airstrikes can really achieve here something. You can see that I disable a lot of units. This is a Wenchau, is also clear terrain, so this is also a good opportunity to create damage. And this is my carrier fleet going out and finding a AMC, and there's really nothing more. So an AMC. Yeah, good. So this means that Xargun know I have at least here some carrier. Tarawa, yeah, take it, why not? Still unloading of supplies. A bombardment to keep the Chinese 30th Army Group busy. And bombardment of Ankang. I just arrived with the 35th Division, so I must recombinate them, and then can attack. So next turn I can maybe take Ankang. And the second battle of Singapore, the first was a shock attack. This is the first with preparation. There's a lot of base forces, you can see here. 3 air HQs, and at least one unit just breaks down, and I can blow up 1 fort level, but I don't get the 1-to-1. That is not good. So we more or less switching the attack power. The defender have still the terrain, double forts, lacking preparation and experience. Okay. The results or kill ratio is more or less, I would say, 1-to-1. What is in my favor? Not a disaster again, but also no victory. I need more time, 5 days more, and then I can attack again. Maybe 15th of January I try it. And if I can take out every times 1 fort, so maybe there's a lucky moment that the British simply have a morale collapse. This is bombardment of Gukong. This is more or less a siege. I don't really need to strike here. I also don't have the attack power to win here easily. Bataan is preparing for the next attack. Maybe 1 or 2 more days and I strike again. And so long I can keep the Americans under pressure. Also, this is only keep the Chinese busy, let's say this. And attack on Nadi, and I take the base. Good. So the landing was successful. No additional forces here messing up with my troops. And Tarawa is empty, so I don't guess here is anything. Same. Gasmata is also an empty base. At least originally. Bombardment. Tomorrow I can maybe attack here. Then this is now the ally, so Xargun is testing my defense. And you can see there's no attack value left, at least here in the display. This is the potential attack value, I would say. Not so sure how you count it really, but again, attack value, if you strike, you need supplies and you need to get your morale check to really going out of your trenches or positions. So the defender always can handle with less supplies or no supplies much better. And this is now the Chinese trying to attack me. You can see these are all broken forces, they don't have really attack value, but here's the 46 and the 74th Corps is attacking. Mainly the 74th is the main attacking force, I would say. And I think the 74th, the new one, never attacked. So today the Chinese failed, similar to in Singapore. It's only that here nothing gets destroyed, I have more disabled, but disabled will still help to defend. So and the Chinese losing here because the disabled cannot attack but defend. The Chinese losing more or less 200 attack power, and I only lost, in best case or worst case, 40. It's okay. So far I can hold this kind of positions. And I'm moving out already, and the airstrikes are maybe always helping to have an impact on this kind of stuff. Because attack power is only a number, so you have always morale checks, supply checks, leader check, and Chinese leaders are all very shitty. That is also one of the reasons why every full division I always check the leader and have at least a land battle skill of 60. That is a minimum. Everything less than 60 I would always replace. Good. So overall 3 ops losses for me. Okay. I think there was in background one sub-syncing sound, but I'm not 100% sure, but could be. And this is a AMC from New Zealand, not French. Yeah. The dark blue is New Zealand. And I think the lighter blue is French. Oh yeah. So in China, nothing changed so far. Next turn we will have the Battle of Xi'an. Let's hope this works. I have only one problem. I make a small mistake. This is always a little tricky. If you break up your divisions in 3 parts, ABC company, you better have upgrades not allowed, or this will happen. You have more or less one part is already upgrading and another is not upgrading. So this is a newer one and this is an older AT gun. And then you can see you can upgrade this one, and the double star means more or less is this other version of equipment compared to your other ABC unit. So this is A company, they have the new equipment. B company has the new equipment, but here is the other. And C company is lacking behind in everything. And here still Tanketten. So it's and you can only make ABC together if they have the same equipment. Always matching. So I maybe must wait that everyone is finishing the change of equipment, and then I can make a full division again. So I normally, if I break a division, I always say replacement on but upgrade off, or denied or not allowed. But in this case I make a mistake and forgot to change it. Yeah. So in Ankang I can arrive here, and in this way you can see no upgrade possible, so I can rebuild it. There's still upgrades possible, but I said no upgrades, and you can always break it up and down. And replacements was on, so everything is full power. And now I have so much attack power that I can normally take inking, hopefully. Good, but nothing else here. Most important is that my troops was fighting and holding the ground. So this unit, and it's also disruption fatigue, is still okay. This is the main force. This was the guy who had a failed river crossing, and this is also the reason why I must retreat now, more or less. This division is more or less disabled and need to rest, so I must bring it back to Shanghai, I would say. There it's much faster to get this disabled units back active. And disruption is also high. Fatigue is okay, but they're still, they're fighting every day, so they have problems. And I must move out here. I thought I gave always order last turn, but maybe I will, latest now I will move out. I also arrived in Great Ling, so maybe I can take the city. Soon I have here also a river crossing, and this needs 2 more days. Then I try to kick out this. I think this is a broken unit, not really. I guess there's nothing really waiting for me. And in Burma, my tanks, or my division arrived, so my tanks and division will strike, and I don't know how many units will cross the river next turn, so maybe all, but maybe also only 1 or nothing, and what is not crossing the river the next turn I will hopefully kick or destroy. The biggest downside of the turn was that my army was still not able to achieve a real victory in Singapore, but casualties are mostly disabled and more. I would say this division, or these 2 divisions, are the main core force of my strike on Singapore. And they both are fully ready to fight. They have nearly no disabled, no destroyed at all. The only problem is the destruction. So, and all the rest is only support, and I don't care. I mean, these are brigades or mixed brigades or all of this stuff. If they are disabled, they don't have really the attack power. Here, this is Land 72 and 65. These are good leaders. They must carry the strike. And the Thai units are really only meat. If I losing here half or all of my Thai forces, I would say it doesn't matter. They can die for their king in Thailand. I mean, no Japanese would cry for them. They are really only meat shield. Nothing happened here. New Caledonian looks fine. Here looks all fine. My cruisers are here in a... I hope everything between Auckland and Wellington. Normally I have here search airplanes of a rate of 8. So 6, 7. Maybe I must go 2 more down, but I can more or less completely cover all shipping to New Zealand now with my cruiser division. It's maybe not enough to really take a battleship on, but if they are only convoys with destroyer escorts, then I'm fine. I'm on the way to Raoul Island to take it. I took Nadi. There is no industry, so the base is destroyed by bombardment, but okay. So I will now move to Suva. Suva have a lot of units, and there are also American units here, looks like. But it's maybe all only support. The spotted units and guns are too little to have impact, but my recon is not really good. And I will maybe move some task forces here, also southeast, because only the cruisers have the problem that if they're running in battleships or enemy carriers, that would be a disaster. So I maybe need a little more punching power to block the convoy routes to New Zealand in the future. But it's still early January, so there is normally time. Then see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.